Hey guys, Mo here. We're back for more FGO Lostbelt 7, and now we're at section 17, 4th Underworld, Yayao Kui. So last section we're just dealing with the aftermath of the battle in Chichen Itza, and basically our enemies who turned allies are now turning back to enemies, and now Chaldea gang are separating into two groups. One is to deal with Daybit before he reached the ORT, which is, I think that was Team A. Yeah, Team A, which is Kadoc and can't remember who else. And Team B is us, Master, Mesh, and a few others I forgot. We're to go to the 9th stratum to cut down the Tree of Emptiness. So right, let's start with section 17, 4th Underworld. We've passed the Mestitland Observatory in the 7th stratum and will soon be entering the 8th. It took us 6 hours to reach the 3rd underworld boundary in the 6th stratum in the shadow border. We were going to have to walk the rest of the way, but the King of Dinosaurs gave me a job to do, and I'm gonna see it done. It'll be way faster if I carry you through the jungle, and you three weigh practically nothing. King of Dinosaurs, I guess before he died. You are giving us a wonderfully steady ride, Wak-chan. Even at this speed, we're not getting jostled at all. It's like your legs and your torso are completely separate beings. When it comes to pure riding comfort, you even surpass the Sphinx. Seriously, this is amazing. How do you do it? I just absorb all the impact of each step with my legs. If I let it reach my stomach, it could do some damage. It's very fortunate you were still in Chichen Itza, Wak-chan. I was concerned that Chaldea would lack transportation for their operation, but that's no longer a problem. On a related note, how are you doing back there, Da Vinci? I'm sorry I can't provide the same stability as Wak-chan, but I can at least float and glide a little bit. Are you kidding? I'm having the time of my life. I didn't know your feather arms could also work as wings. She's riding dinosaur. She's literally having the time of her life. They're mainly to stabilize my posture, but yes, they do. If I use the spell Professor taught me, I might even be able to fly like Dumuzin. Anyway, I know the 7 of us, Minami, Mash, Nitocris, Da Vinci, Wak-chan, myself and Habitat in her base state, are making our way to the bottom stratum as quickly as we can go. But do you happen to have any questions about the 8th stratum, the final level of the underworld, before we arrive? I thought nobody could get in there most of the time. Do you have any information about it, Tepu? Pretty sure that's where Kamazots stay. There are a few legends passed down orally among Chichen Itza's priests. The 4th level of the underworld is known as Yayao Kui, the Black Line. It's a range of underground mountains devoid of sunlight. It's said to be covered by a steep mountain range, but that those mountains are actually hollow, and there's another mountain range inside them. That's a lot. It is essentially a cavern which contains an underground mountain range entirely devoid of sunlight. It's also that terrible bat Kamazot's nest, so I suppose that makes him the 4th underworld guardian. You're gonna fight the vampire bat? Oh man, if only Lady Kukulkan were here too. Wak-chan, you know that Kukulkan would never fight Miklan's own denizens. In fact, she's probably far more likely to attack Chaldea at this point. Be careful not to greet her casually if you should happen to see her. She'll probably chop the people on your back right in half, and you along with them. Ugh. Oh man, really? Then again, that does sound like her. Whenever Lady Kukulkan decides something's threatening Miklan's peace, she wastes no time obliterating it, like unintelligent Danos. Oh well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I can dodge one or two of her attacks, but after that, it'll be up to you guys to figure out what to do. Are you okay with fighting Kukulkan, Wak-chan? But she's the god of all Danos, right? Can you fight her? There's no law that says we can't defy our god. Besides, people and gods are both living creatures. All that matters is whether or not you can get along, and whether or not your goals align. Lady Kukulkan wants to protect Miklan, and you guys want to save your world. I figure both of you are right, so I'm gonna help the side I can. Oh, but you'll have to let me think about it if Lady Kukulkan asks me to join her side. She would never do that though. The teachings of the Sun's whole thing is letting us roam free rather than tying us down. I see. So Kukulkan's not a dominant father figure, but a watchful mother figure. I suppose I always knew this Lostbelt's king would end up being our enemy. But it still sucks knowing how naturally big-hearted she is. Big-hearted? Are you sure you don't mean big muscle? We will certainly need to watch out for Kukulkan, but we should also be wary of you, Olgamari. There is a very good chance that she and Rasputin are moving to acquire ORT for their own ends as well. So our ultimate obstacles are Kukulkan and the foreign god. Yep, though right now our most pressing concerns are whether Kadoc's team succeeds with their assault and our attempt to cross the 4th underworld border. We're going to focus on the latter, so we're counting on you to back up Kadoc's team, Sion. Sorry, but I can't help you. Firstly, you still haven't made it through the 3rd underworld border, which would normally make it completely impossible for you to act freely. I'm only allowing you to do that here as a favor to Minami. Second, Daybit the Cryptor has already made it through here, so I have no right to touch him. And third, I still have to find Doomzit. There's no telling what he might get up to if left to his own devices. So you're saying we have to take down Daybit all on our own, and probably Tezcatlipoca too, since he'll most likely be accompanying him. Yes, still, I'm not completely heartless. As soon as the Cryptor arrives here, I'll inform you of his route, so you can pick a perfect spot to ambush him. Cryptor or not, he's still only human, and even Tezcatlipoca's vessel is a human body, not a spirit origin. Human body, not a spirit origin. It's not? I mean, I guess the vessel is, but inside is still Tezcatlipoca's spirit origin, right? You should be able to win as long as you go in properly prepared. Good luck. It's been an hour since then. Minami's group must be in the 7th stratum by now. Good thing we managed to get here before Daybit. I've never been so happy to have access to a big car and a top tier driver. I still can't believe how quickly you got us through that jungle. I knew he's gonna be here. You're telling me? Now remind me if you would. What in the world am I doing on the assault team, Zemlupus? Couldn't you have chosen Munir to drive you instead? Remember, Your Excellency, Lord Munir's wounds still aren't fully healed. If he were to start bleeding from his forehead while driving through the jungle, we would all be dead in no time. You're a racer, so you surely understand the danger of getting sweat in your eyes while driving a dangerous course. Just had to go right for my pride, didn't you? Very well then, who's going to take the navigator's seat? Who can I trust to wipe the sweat from my brow? Why, me of course. I would be honored to use these big, soft, rabbit ear pom-poms to gently, delicately wipe the sweat from your forehead, Your Excellency. What the heck? Can I contract you to be my exclusive navigator for the whole season? Damn, it's giving me chills just listening to her play him like a fiddle. I guess Gordov has yet to learn his lesson. Hey, if you're out to wreck your life, I'm not gonna stop you. Can you at least wait till we're back on the surface though? Koyanskaya, have you heard from Ereshkigal yet? Just now in fact, Lord Daybit is proceeding along the route we expected. Here you go. Cripes, they're moving damn too quickly too. We'll never catch them here. Still, it seems your time is finally up, David Samvoid. We're about 20 kilometers from our intercept point. I can get us there quick as a wink. Prepare to eat the dust of my record-breaking lap time. Hang on, I want to shift the intercept point to here. We should wait to ambush them in the middle of the desert. You can get us there in 10 minutes, right? Krenskaya and I will take it from there. I'm going to set up as many explosive and beast traps as possible, so I'll need your merchandise. Of course, just leave it to me. With all these claymores and C2 explosives, not even a rat, no, not so much as a bug will get past us. I'm more than happy to pay them back for what they did to Chichen Itza, with interest. Alright, fasten your seatbelts because I'm about to kick this baby into high gear. Let's go set the perfect trap. So it's just them three, huh? By the way, Kadoc, I noticed you were researching something in the Stormborders library. Did you find what you were looking for? Yeah, I tracked down the record that I think has to do with Daybit's past. You did? Damn it, man! Why didn't you say so sooner? I can't focus on what you're saying while I'm driving. It's no big deal. Knowing this information earlier wouldn't have made any difference. I didn't mention it at the briefing because I knew we'd only get N at best. But I guess now's a good time. Now as good time as any to share. David Samvoid. If you've ever wanted to know how he became the maverick of the clock tower, today's your lucky day. Oh boy, what are we gonna learn about him? There are three major factions in the Mages Association: Egypt's Atlas Institute, the North Sea's Wandering Sea, and the biggest one, London's Clock Tower. Hell, it's so big it's basically synonymous with the association. Anyway, the Clock Tower is divided into 13 departments. Mistil, Solonia, Evocation, Kishur, Chimera, Bridge Sun, Yumina, Astromancy, Value, Jigmery. What language are these? Maluestia, Policies, and the newest one established 200 years ago, Norwich. Okay. Chaldea was founded by the Lord of Astromancy, Marysbury Animosphere. Naturally, that means most of Chaldea's mages, about 80% of them, came from Astromancy. The other 20% were scouted. Chaldea, Team A's leader, was obviously a young astromancy genius. But Daybit, who was said to be just as brilliant as Chaldea, came from the Bridgesun department. Bridgesun, the department which studies mythology and performs reconstructions. I'll bet they have a lot of dealings with servants too. Mythology and perform reconstruction. Don't make me laugh. It makes my mustache quiver. Do you have something to say, driver? I used to think the same thing at first. I swear. This is the whole problem with amateurs. Listen, servants are familiar with spirit bodies, which puts them under evocation's jurisdiction. Meanwhile, the Clock Tower's Dean, who is also the Lord of Bridgesun, categorized Bridgesun as the department which studies non-human creatures like angels and demons. Obviously, neither of those have anything to do with mythology or heroes. Oh my, if your mustache quivering bothers you so much, perhaps I should shave it off for you. Wait, shouldn't researching angels and demons also involve servants since they're all mythological phenomena? Yeah. For example, the divine spirit that served as my own point of reference came from the Kojiki. You're mistaken, Koyanskaya. Solonia, Evocation, Astromancy, and Maluestea all deal with mythologies from around the world too. They're considered part of the shared laws and disciplines that humanity has built up over the course of history. So for mages, the angels and demons that show up in various mythologies are just a normal part of life. The Mages Association takes that a step further by treating all of human history as a single legend, which it then helps cultivate. The association sees myths as a facet of common knowledge. The association sees myth as a facet of common knowledge rather than as something worth devoting an entire department to study. Okay. The only thing the association will accept as a true legend is something beyond the bounds of that common knowledge. I would guess Bridgesun doesn't deal with matters from Earth. It deals with out-of-place artifacts, steeped in unknown laws. The kind found scattered all over Earth since ancient times, but never spoken of in any mythology. Let's see. Even in the Magecraft world, where angels and demons are just a fact of life, there are some that are considered taboo because they're threats to all of humankind. It's Bridgesun's job to discover, study, and store these kinds of threats. The other departments contribute to humankind in different ways, but Bridgesun is focused on keeping inhuman things away from us. Part of that is because the Lord of Bridgesun is also the Dean of the Clock Tower. No mage born in the AD era who knows anything about modern civilization could handle it. Indeed, the Dean has a select group of elites. That report directly to him. Well, I say elites, but in truth, they're anything but. Any who join can never move up. They're little more than slaves who spend their lives working to understand extraterrestrial threats. Suffice to say, it's not easy to quit that department, which is why we can assume Animosphere recruited Daybit directly. With another lord negotiating personally, I'm sure even the dean couldn't have denied the request. Actually, Animosphere had nothing to do with it. They made it sound like he had been banished, but the truth is, he left voluntarily. I'm sure Director Marisbury did personally invite him, but it was ultimately his choice to leave Bridgesun and join Chaldea. I see, so he essentially sold himself to Chaldea. I assume you went back over his records before he left Bridgesun then. They were in the database, right? Yeah, all 8 years he spent in Bridgesun. But there's not a single record of him before that. There's no mention of him in Bridgesun or Astromancy. Whenever a new student enrolls in the clock tower, there's always an entry made from them in Mistel's database, but there wasn't anything on him in that one either. All we know is that Daybit was a genius who suddenly showed up at the clock tower when he was 10 years old. Whoa. I might have been able to find out more if Policy's database had been shared with the border. That would never ever happen. Policies is also the clock tower's internal investigations agency. Giving outsiders such sensitive information could lead to all the clock tower scandals becoming public knowledge. Oh my, so that's what you were up to back when you were in Policies, Your Excellency? So you held your fellow mages pass over their heads in ways that more skirted the law than followed it. Am I correct? You were saying, Kadoc? Right. At that point, I stopped trying to investigate David's past and started looking through all of Bridgesun's records. It wasn't easy since each day's records were individually locked down. Normally, I would never have been able to sift through them all on my own. But luckily, I knew exactly which sheet to check, and with Sion's help, I eventually found it. There was a file from July 2006 that was just titled Record 5 Minutes. Fortunately, I wasn't able to decrypt the file's contents. Actually, it'll be more accurate to say that the file contained nothing noteworthy at all. But on that same day, a strange and inexplicable accident happened in London and a neighboring college town. That day, every single spell in London suddenly stopped working. Of course, pretty much everyone noticed the abnormality, so it wasn't long before it was fixed. The mages figured they must have made a mistake in their spells and decided it wasn't worth reporting. As a result, the incident was never... Oh my god, Siri, stop. As a result, the incident was never made public, and nobody at the institute was ever held responsible. I'm quite sure I would have recognized this as a major incident if I had been there at the time. Since so many people never knew about it, does that mean it happened in the dead of night or something? Your Excellency? Do kindly shut up. Oh wow. So this record 5 minutes file from Bridgesun is dated the same as this incident when every spell in London stopped? That's right. What happened was an angel relic was exposed in a prep room for one of Bridgesun's faculty. In real world time, it was only exposed for 0.2 seconds, but that was thought to have been enough to shut down all the clock tower spells. Angel relic. There's no record of who that room belonged to anywhere. It's gone from every document and from the mind of every person who could have known, so there's just no way to look it up. My guess, my guess is that the only one who might still remember is the Dean. At any rate, whoever caused such incredible damage to every mage in the clock tower, even if only for a moment, became quite literally non-existent. However, records of that incident state that there was a single survivor in the prep room. Given the situation, he was almost certainly that teacher's. Whoever caused any damage to every room. Single survivor in the prep room. Given the situation, he was almost certainly that teacher's son. He was 10 years old at the time, but he soon went missing as well. A few months later, on the Dean's personal recommendation, a boy genius with no prior record suddenly showed up in Bridge Sun. As you can probably guess, that was Daybit Sam Void. The records didn't list his actual age, but physically, they said he looked to be about 10 years old. So my take is this: the boy who lost his father to the angel relic must be Daybit. I see. So as a boy, he lost both his father and proof of his lineage. Although this angel relic, isn't it one of those dangerous artifacts that will drive you mad just by looking at it? According to one popular theory, those artifacts will vaporize your brain before transmitting a signal to the beings that drop them off on Earth. What? Those artifacts will vaporize your brain before transmitting a signal to the beings that drop them off on Earth. Oh. So that would mean that ever since then, Daybit Sam Void has been... I see. Now I understand. Daybit Sam Void was omitted because his way of thinking and living never belonged with humanity in the first place. Okay. Those were some of the last words Lord Krishtaria wrote about him, right? So if he's not part of humankind, he must be one of the foreign god subordinates bent on taking over Earth. Subordinate? I don't know about subordinate. Because he definitely has his own plan. Sorry, but that's all the time I have to talk. We've reached the intercept point. Cut the Shadow Border's engine and set it to camouflage mode over by those sand dunes. Let's go, Koyanskaya. I need you to set enough landmines across a 500-meter radius to make this place a hell on Earth. A sandstorm. That wasn't there before. Is this your doing, Tezcatlipoca? The hell's that supposed to mean? You think I'm behind every bad situation we find ourselves in? This is Kamazots. That bad bastard's been using command spells on servants like they were going out of style. Yeah, fine, I sold him the command spells in the first place, since he wanted them so badly. How was I supposed to know he was gonna play pretend master like an idiot though? Maybe next time you'll think twice before giving every Tomas, Rico and Javier that comes your way a trial. Damn. So, what do you make of Kamazots? He's great. I might be the strongest god of the Aztecs, but in this Lostbelt, the title of the strongest goes to him. Whoa, really? I mean, he doesn't seem like it, but knowing Kamazots was the one who dealt the final blow to the ORT in their last fight, like that's a huge deal. That's a really huge deal. And now Tezcatlipoca himself acknowledging that in this Lostbelt, Kamazas is the strongest. That's crazy. Playing with the command spells has placated him for now, but once he runs out of toys, he'll show his true colors. I see. Then we should have no trouble. Getting past Chaldea. Now we just have to hope we don't run into Kukulkan. Don't worry about her. If we do encounter her, it just means one of us will have to sacrifice himself. Oh wait, if we're dealing with Kukulkan, I'll guess it'll have to be me. She's the Lostbelt god, Damala, or whatever, copied off proper human history, right? Then I'm a good match for her. She's inexperienced. Her brute force approach won't hold a candle to my expert evasion. What's wrong, Iskali? You've been gloom for a while now. Get motion sick or something since this is your first time in a car? No, I'm fine. I was just a little dizzy from taking in such unfamiliar surroundings. But please, never mind me. I didn't see any sign of Tlaloc when we left Mexico City. Yeah. Oh yeah, she got shredded. I forgot. Great Tezcatlipoca, do you know where she is? She hasn't come back, so she must have lost. You hate to see it, but sometimes that's just how it goes. Besides, I really only summoned her to build your city, so her job's been done for a while now. Huh? You mean you didn't make Mexico City yourself, Great Tezcatlipoca? Could have, but she was a better fit for that terrain. Mexico City is a true blue proper human history style town. Even the name comes from its modern incarnation. It was originally a beautiful place called Metztliapan, or the Lake of the Moon. It was a water-top floating city that served as the Aztec kingdom's capital, where they worshipped two gods. It's nothing like the Chichen Itza the Danos built based on the old Khan ruins. The Aztec capital, beautiful Metztliapan. What was that? What? Still feeling dizzy? Hang in there. It's not much longer to the bottom stratum. You've already made it this far, Iskali. Don't let all that time, effort, and fighting go to waste now. Yes, I know. My life exists solely for the anger rooted in my soul. Huh? What's going on, Crypta? We're under attack. Hang on tight. Woo, baby. Nice one, Daybit. Where you learn to drive like that? Were you a stunt driver in Hollywood or something? Damn. Tezcatlipoca really into modern shit, huh? Unfortunately, I only attended an online driving school. I used to like movies, but I haven't watched one in years. Only attended online driving school. Alright, we're past the minefield. Luckily, our suspension is still intact, but what? Now we have a divine spirit servant up ahead to deal with. Who exactly? Oh. Wait, isn't this technically... I mean, oh yeah, this whole time she is the assassin one. Welcome to my humble domain, God of War. The minefield was just the tip of the iceberg. I've got plenty more explosive where that came from. Now that I've formed a magical energy connection with both Kadoc and Gordolf, there are no limits to what I can do. Oh shit. So both of them actually provide energy for her. So much for Gordolf not wanting to provide her any magical energy at all. Behold, I have become an almighty god of weaponry. This desert will be your grave. You have been warned. Almighty god of weaponry. Looks like we've got a weapon goddess. She a friend of yours? Never seen her before. This sucks though. I don't see any way I can win. I see. Damn, really? He doesn't see any way he can win this? Then take Iskali and get out of here. As long as you make it there, nothing else matters. Wait, Daybit is gonna fight her? Deadass? Got it. Later, master. Wow, really? So, you let your servant go on ahead and nearly blew yourself up trying to hit me with a kamikaze attack. Wow. Kamikaze attack. Isn't that the opposite of what you should be doing? Why aren't you letting your servant do the fighting here? Any normal human master would send their servant to the front line while they escape. Wow, I just noticed his command spell is really big on his hand. Like it goes all the way to his pinky finger. I'm surprised to hear a disciple of the foreign god, or at least someone who enjoyed playing the part of one, lecturing me on how to be human. Then again, it seems you're on Chaldea's side now. I'm especially impressed to see that Kadoc form a contract with you, even if only temporarily. So, they chose to supply a beast candidate with not one, but 2 magical energy connections. I can't muster any surprise at this point, but humans really do walk a razor's edge. They always do whatever they can, no matter how dangerous, and with full understanding of what will happen. What the fuck is that? Damn it, they've passed the 400-meter mark. I think he's even better at off-road driving than I am. We need to do something before they break through our traps. Hold on, I'm going to go after them. No, wait. I didn't expect the minefield would be enough to stop them. I'm counting on Koyanskaya to finish the job. Between our contracts and the Shadow Borders reserves, she's got a ton of magical energy to work with. Right now, she's as strong as divine spirits get. We're better off staying out of her way. Fair point. She's not the sort to feel bad about a bit of friendly fire. In fact, I dare say she would even relish it. 2 people just got out of the car. It looks like Tezcatlipoca and Iskali. Daybit's staying? No way. Is he actually planning to ram Koyanskaya? Yeah, he did. He tried. Oh ho, look at her go. She just blew their car to smithereens without even batting an eye. Daybit got out by the skin of his teeth, but haha, we've got this thing in the bag. No lone mage could handle that demonic minx alone without the servant's help. I'm bringing the shadow border out, Zemlupus. First we'll take Daybit captive, then it will be Tezcatlipoca's turn. Yeah, sounds good. We've got anti-beast spells laid in place behind Kwenskaya. We shouldn't have any trouble tracking Tezcatlipoca down, but... did we really do it? Just like that? I was expecting them to put up more of a fight. What's with these readings? The foundation of humanity value doesn't usually fluctuate like this. What? Kadoc, sit down and strap in. You need to enhance your body and protect yourself with everything you've got. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, whoa. So Daybit just went demon mode, maybe, probably. I don't know what he did, but even Kwenskaya was surprised. And I'm more surprised by the fact that the moment they saw Kwenskaya, Tezcatlipoca like just straight up admit like, yeah, even he can handle that. I mean, maybe because she has 2 magical energy providers, so she has the magical energy reserve advantage, maybe, but still. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop this part for now, and then continue on in the next video. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this just shorter video than usual. I mean, just a bit. If you do enjoy this video, please give it a like and feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next part. Goodbye everyone.